Exactly 15 years ago, English rally driver Richard Burns lost his life. Here's a short video about the World Rally Championship winner while I played a game with his name on. Dying on the same day as football legend George Best, a man who famously said, "I spent a lot of money on booze, birds and fast cars, the rest I just squandered," meant rally driver Richard Burns didn't get the send-off he deserved. But his 34 years on Earth did result in a tribute by Jeremy Clarkson. In fact, it was the only item of news to feature in that Top Gear episode. Clarkson recalled an anecdote about how his 7-year-old son was faster at Sega Rally, before saying he missed his friend badly.
Normally at this stage in the programme, we'd all fool around looking at various news stories from the week, but I'm afraid this week, obviously the news has been completely dominated, as far as we're concerned, by the sad death of Richard Burns.
It was Richard Burns' success in rally that made him a sensation. To this day, he is the only English driver to have won a World Rally Championship. Considering he was up against Colin McRae and Tommy Mäkinen, scoring 44 points, the least of all winners, was no less of an achievement. In fact, Burns came close to winning in 1999 and 2000 before 2001 delivered the goods, in very fast and very sideways fashion. Not bad for a man born in Reading, which is hardly known for its rally terrain. Though Burns never gelled with the Peugeot 206 WRC car, as he admitted himself, things were different in the Subaru Impreza WRC. Not only was his driving rapid, it was a joy to watch.
The last agonising seconds, not just for Burns, but for his fans and his family.
You're the best in the world!
For rally cars less sideways inclined than previous generations, Burns made it seem otherwise. With co-driver Robert Reid by his side, the duo entered 103 World Rallies, resulting in 277 stage wins and 34 podium finishes. Sadly, though in contention for the 2003 season, the Englishman suffered a blackout while driving to the last race in Wales. Sadly for Richard, his family and the world of motorsport, his racing days were over. Despite being diagnosed with astrocytoma, a form of brain and spine cancer, and 2 subsequent operations, its malignant nature meant Richard Burns passed away on the 25th of November 2005.
Without it, bridge, easy right, without it, key left, without it, easy right, cut.
But not before developer Warthog and publisher SCI gave us Richard Burns Rally, a rally simulator that is still regarded as one of the most realistic experiences you can have on PC and console. Definitely more realistic than Sega Rally. Originally released on PS2, Xbox and PC, but never GameCube as this version was cancelled because of lukewarm sales, Richard Burns Rally was met with reasonably positive reviews, although the general consensus was that it was as unforgiving as the motorsport itself. Not that rally games should be easy, because although Richard Burns had the talent to push a car to the edge of what it could do without being phased, we're talking about a motorsport discipline that even Formula 1 and Isle of Man TT racers respect. Over the years, a number of Richard Burns rally fans have created mods to enhance the realism, which is why some purists still recommend it for those who know what a Scandinavian flick is. Just don't expect the best visuals now that you've seen Dirt 5, WRC 9 and Dirt Rally 2.0. Introverted and shy, Richard Burns did not always come across best on camera, but those who knew the man described him as a gentleman, intelligent, cool under pressure and methodical in his approach to driving cars fast. As McRae, who died 2 years later, said in an Autosport tribute, Richard was definitely a special character. He went about things in his own, sometimes awkward way, but he was such a genuine man who was very, very good at his chosen profession. Richard Burns made his last public appearance in 2005. He was unable to drive his car collection due to the illness, including a Scooby RB22 from ProDrive given as a present for winning the World Rally Championship in 2001. So he let co-driver Reid do the honours.
Easy left, long, 50. Keep right jump, 70. Flat right, into bridge.
And that's it for this slightly somber video, but I thought maybe some of you guys and girls might want to see something a little different. I'm actually going to start doing some retro racing game reviews, so stay tuned and be sure to subscribe. I shall see you in the next video. Take care, bye.